Hi, this is Adele Serafino, and I am a volunteer at San Quentin Rehabilitation Center, where I teach the Native Hawaiian religious group how to play the ukulele and how to sing Polynesian songs. The following episode of Ear Hustle contains language and content that may not be suitable for all listeners. Discretion is advised.
What's the date?
Today's February 26th, 2025. That's 30 days before my resentencing hearing. I've been in prison right now for 22 years, and I have a double life sentence for attempted murder, and I thought I was never going home.
That's Tom Wynn, one of our producers inside San Quentin.
Tom's been in for a long time. He spent a lot of his teenage years locked up, and then when he was 22, he was convicted of attempted murder.
Under his original sentence, it would be 11 more years before he gets his first chance to go to the parole board.
But, when you're inside for a long time, things change over the years. New laws come out, and that opens up the possibility that a judge could revisit Tom's sentence and maybe he can get out sooner.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've noticed this, Erlon, but it feels like over the last couple of months, he's sort of softened a bit and become more vulnerable, and I think is actually experiencing something that's new for him, which is hope.
Definitely.
Yeah. But this resentencing and going to court has also been very suspenseful and stressful, obviously for Tom, but really for the entire team.
In this episode, we're going to follow Tom in the month leading up to that court date. I'm Erlon Woods.
I'm Nigel Poor, and this is Ear Hustle from PRX's Radiotopia.
Testing 1, 2, 3. It's good enough, right?
It's good enough.
Okay.
When would you go to board without this hearing?
Oh, I go in 2036.
How old will you be that year?
I don't know. I'm bad at math. I'm not one of them Asians. I'm 44 right now. What is 2036 from now? Like 11 more years. So I'd be like 55.
55.
We should explain Tom's sentence a bit.
Please do, because, Erlon, sentencing can be so complicated and confusing.
All right, I'll try to break this down. When Tom was convicted in 2004, he was given 7 years to life for attempted murder. So 7 to life basically means that when you have served about 7 years, you can start going in front of the parole board and make your case to get out of prison.
Okay, that seems pretty straightforward. But on top of that, he was given 2 more sentences.
Yeah.
And those are called enhancements.
Yeah, and enhancements are additional sentences based on your crime.
Mm-hmm.
So first, he got a 25-year to life enhancement because he used a gun.
Right.
Then another 14-year enhancement also because he used a gun.
Okay, confusing.
And note, these sentences have to be served consecutively, meaning the 7-year to life, do that, then the 25-year to life, do that, then the 14 years.
But in 2024, a window opened. A new law said that Tom could ask the judge to revisit his case to do what's called resentencing, partially because Tom was only 22 when he committed his crime. So for the last year, he's been waiting for that hearing.
Recently, Tom and fellow ear hustler Tony Tafoya started sitting down on mic to talk about how Tom's handling all of this.
I'm really hopeful. At the same time, I'm trying to temper it, because in my life, every time there's a break, I don't get it. I was the kid that if you went to school, right, and you had a raffle, I never won a raffle in my life. So I'm so afraid that when the day comes, they're going to be like, screw you, man. I'm taking your raffle ticket away. The only thing that helps me at times is when I remind myself I don't deserve no breaks. However, it doesn't change the fact that it runs through my mind. I notice the closer I get to the possibility or a chance to be resentenced, I'm starting to notice everything's I feel like it's hitting me harder.
Yeah.
Or it seems like I'm being tested more spiritually, mentally, like, like every little thing.
What's your coping skill for that?
For me, mainly, I go write music. I'm writing a song about how stressed out I am right now. When you hear the first line, you're going to laugh.
Tell me about your sleep.
Generally, I go to sleep at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, right? But lately, I try to go to sleep about 10, and I just lay there until like 12. And then if I fall asleep around 12 and I wake up at 3, I can't go back to sleep. It's just running through my mind. What's going to happen? Am I going to get let down again? And then the other half of the time, I'm daydreaming. Am I going to take my girl to Disneyland, buy her the Mickey Mouse ear hat, put it on her head, and buy her churro? I just want to eat churros. And stand in front of the castle.
Hello, Star.
Hello, Erlon. Hello, Nigel.
Do you know what I call you?
What?
My girl. My girl, because that's how Tom always refers to you, as my girl. So in my mind, that's your name. My girl.
Yes. That's so sweet.
It's very sweet. It's incredibly sweet. It was great to talk to her because we've been hearing about Tom's girl Star for a long time. But doing this story, Erlon, was our first chance to actually speak with her.
When he first met me, he was like, "Oh, you have skin like a porcelain toilet." I was like, "What?"
Oh, he didn't say porcelain doll, porcelain toilet.
No. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Erlon, let me know if you agree with this. So porcelain toilet, I've heard guys inside like long for a porcelain toilet because they only have the metal ones.
Is that what it is?
So maybe it was like something he wants so badly in his life.
You've known people that long for a porcelain toilet
Well, just when they talk about how horrible it is to sit on that cold metal toilet.
on a chrome.
Yeah, but he thinks of it as something that's so special and precious.
When was the last time you saw Tom in person?
In person, it's been about 2 years. So
Yeah, that must be so hard. 2 years is a long time.
it is hard.
When is Tom's hearing going to happen?
It is going to be the 26th of March at 8:30 a.m.
What have you played out in your head?
Oh, played out a lot of scenarios. One, hopefully the best is that they just give him time served and that he comes home and get to go pick him up and take him to a good dinner, and just being able to go to the store together, being able to cook together, play games together. Or I might see something that's funny, or, and I think about how we would laugh together about that. Just the most normal things.
Do you know where he's falling on that same question?
I think he's just extremely hopeful. He just really wants to go home. He's so tired of being there. Admittedly, he tells me, when he was younger and he committed a crime, he said, I needed to go to prison. That's where I needed to be, or I would have hurt more people. It was a bad crime that he committed, but he's matured so much and he's done so much rehabilitation that, I think he just doesn't feel like he belongs there anymore. And then I think with it being dangled there that there's this possibility of being home and not knowing what's going to happen, I think that's harder than knowing what to expect. That's where the inner turmoil comes from, is just not knowing.
At Tom's hearing on March 26, there's basically 3 things that could happen. 1, Tom's request could get rejected. The judge don't want to hear it, which would mean that his original sentence would stay in place.
Right. Or 2, he could be sent to parole board early. And in that case, the parole board gets to decide whether he's ready to get out or not.
Or there's a third option. There's a small chance that if his resentencing hearing goes well, the judge could decide that Tom's been in prison long enough and send him home with time served. Mm-hmm. And if that happens, he could be out within the next few weeks.
So in the meantime, he's just waiting. And really the only thing I can compare it to is waiting to get serious medical news. You know, it's like, even if the outcome might be bad, you just want to be out of that limbo because the waiting is really difficult.
Is there any rituals that y'all do in preparation for this hearing?
So, yes, prayer and meditation. And our new thing is that when we're feeling a bunch of anxiety, we'll tell each other what we're grateful for.
And when y'all meditate, do y'all meditate at the same time on the phone?
Yes, we do meditate at the same time on the phone. In for 4 seconds. Out for 4 seconds.
We heard you this Zen dude on the phone. Tell us about your end of the phone conversations. How do you end your conversations on the phone?
Oh, with my girl?
Yeah.
It depends on the conversation, but usually we like do meditation and we read books. Like I read this book called Difficult Conversations. It's an easy way for us to like share how like frustration comes up in our relationship without it being too personal. She'll say, for example, this came up. Hey, Tom, you're a little impatient. When you ask me for something, you just want it done like on the second. And then I try to go, hey, how did you feel about this week with your interactions with me? Do you feel like I'm still being impatient? And then she'll walk me through it. And a lot of times I'm still being impatient. However, it helps me to like stay focused on it.
Do you think your relationship will survive the worst news?
I believe it will. But I'm also open that maybe it might be too hard for her. Now, she told me she'll be there, and I think we were older when we met. We're in our 40s right now. We're 44. I'm old enough or mature enough to understand things won't always be the way they are. Mm-hmm. And I also know where my line is, and same for her. I asked her, too, recently, about a year ago, when this resentencing thing happened. I thought, they're going to shut me down again. I asked her if she wanted to stay, because if she left, we could be friends. If she needed to go date, meet people, I said I would understand.
Remember, Star told us she haven't even seen Tom in like 2 years.
Right. Tom, like a lot of people in prison, he just doesn't want to put his loved ones through the hassle of a visit. I mean, it's expensive. It can be challenging, right? Because sometimes you get searched, and it's a lot to ask from anybody.
So Tom and Star just do video visits. But if Tom is told that he got to do more years, then I think he need to rethink that decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm had to say this. You're going to have to let her come, and you're going to have to work through that.
I just don't want her to feel helpless coming in here when they can search you.
But I'm going to throw this at you.
Yeah.
She might need it. She might need to see you in person or to have that hug or whatever. So it isn't just about you. It's also about her.
No, you're right. When I say I ask her not to come, it's me asking. I'm not telling her. And she agrees with me or she doesn't.
So maybe this is a conversation for after you get the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm asking you what today's date is.
No, I'll say the date. But what you're doing is you're gonna just help me with what happened this week. Okay. So
All right.
Today is March 5th, 2025, and I'm 3 weeks from the hearing date. Still stressful. I wake up like with nightmares of being stuck forever. I worry about what my mental state will be like because I'm a little more hopeful than I have been in years. So how you doing, man? You seem like really not excited about how hopeful I'm for this.
No, so I am hopeful for you.
Like, you're supposed to be my friend. You sound like somebody just ran your dog over.
I mean, I'm really excited for you to go get resentenced.
Because I'm going to tell you, you sound like you do not sound like this usually. Like, you want me to stay here, dude?
No.
Would you miss me?
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I'd miss you.
But don't worry, man. I don't get those raffle tickets, man. You're my friend. I hang out with you more than I do most people here. We work together at Earhurst, so we work each other in coding.
Mm-hmm.
we just go hang out with each other wherever, right? And so I was thinking about like when I've had friends go home, I was happy for them. But there's a part of me like it was so sad. I was like, man, I wish you could stay and kick it with me for a little bit longer. So that's, I don't know. Is that something that was running through your mind?
Kind of. It's like,
tell me about it though.
well, one, this Trump shit's really bothering me.
But tell me about what we just talked about.
Tell me about me.
Yes,
talk about me
that.
and how
How
I feel to you. It's one of those like you kind of want to die before your parents because you don't want to have to like feel what it's going to be like to live without them.
That's some fucking horrible dark shit.
People don't think that. Oh
no, go ahead.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I want to hear about this.
I would be extremely happy for you to go. Like, I don't want you here. But yeah, it's like, if you leave, like, I talk to a lot of people, but I don't have a lot of friends in prison. I have sat here for the last 13 years, and I'm not saying I deserve to go in front of a court. Like, I don't. But sitting here and seeing, like, all of these people go home, you think, like, you're just stuck. And everyone else's life is moving on. It's getting to the point where everyone I know has left, and I am like one of the last ones still left. And that's when it really hurts.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't know.
We'll see what happens, right? But think about it like this. If I got out, you'd have a friend outside to take pictures of you at cool places.
I'd love that.
Right?
Even if it was just in Fresno.
If you like,
go to River Park and take a photo of this.
I would do it for you. I'd be like, you have a friend, you have a resource outside. Once I get on my feet, somebody to call when you're stressed out and be like, he's out there. I could look something up for you.
You do know how to use a computer now.
I do know how to use a computer now.
Not the internet, but you know how to use a computer.
The thing I really like about this tape is that you get a good sense of their friendship and the way that they kind of push each other. And Tom is really good about getting Tony out of his depression about all of this. Mm-hmm. And it really surprised me to hear how much their friendship has developed over the last couple months. I didn't really know they were that close.
Yeah, when you got a partner inside that, has a chance for resentencing, mm-hmm. It kind of pulls at your emotions as well because you want to be in that position, and that's how anybody will feel. It gets hard.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk to Tony more about how he was feeling. All right, so my first question is, how do you feel about this beyond that you're happy for him? If you can be honest, I know it's hard.
I'm nervous because he and I both have like really deep-rooted depression, and I'm worried that it'll trigger something that he's not ready for. And I feel the same way I do when everyone goes to court. I'm jealous.
Do you think you're going to ever get your opportunity?
To go home? Yeah.
Well, with like a resentencing?
No, I don't. I try not to even think about it. Like, I get jealous of it and I really want it. And like, everyone's like, well, just put your commutation. And I'm like, the governor is not going to commute me. He's not even going to look at my case.
Do you want to say why or not?
It's because of my case factors. Like, I have a sex crime, and that's that. I get it. And I'm not saying that I deserve to get resentenced.
It's a Wednesday, and we are exactly 7 days before my resentencing hearing.
That's insane. How does that feel?
For the first couple of weeks, it was like always on my mind, right? Like in the daytime. But this last week, for some reason, I haven't thought about it at all, except for in the middle of the night.
It's funny you say this, right? Because it's your fear is that you're going to have to live the life you are living right now.
Yes, I'm tired.
No. Yeah. Listen. It's not. I'm going to put it bluntly. Your fear is that nothing changes.
Yes, you're right. That's depressing, Tony.
It is depressing. Yeah. But if the worst case scenario happens, you still have an entire life.
In prison. I'm not happy with that. I don't want to do this no more.
It's depressing,
Yeah.
but it's not an unknown.
Yeah. I like you. I just don't want to see you every day in here, man. I'm gonna be real. I'm really tired of being here.
Yeah.
I started reaching out transitional homes. I started looking for jobs because it's a little more real. So I'm looking for opportunities with music, looking for podcast jobs.
That's a good little dream.
Yeah, so this week has been productive enough. I haven't got no job offers though, so it's not that productive, but I've been hustling, pushing it out there wherever I could. I told you, I wanted you to ask your mom if it's cool if I get out and then I could stop by her house and so she could make me a real Jewish meal.
I mean, I would ask
Jewish
for the
meal.
Italian before you'd ask for the...
Okay, all right. Yeah. Either way, spaghetti meatballs. Spaghetti and meatballs. Meatballs. Yeah, but everything's cool this week. Let's hope for next week. And then I've been working on this song. I'm finished with it. I'm trying to memorize it to express all the shit I've been going through. So hopefully next week when Nigel shows up, I'll let them hear it.
I love hearing his enthusiasm, and I really want to share that enthusiasm with him. But inside, I'm also a little bit nervous to hear him making all these plans, because if it goes south, the disappointment is going to be crushing, I would think.
Yeah.
You know? It started to make me worry about the actual day of the hearing, and if things don't go his way, like, how do we support him? What do we say? Because I don't know what would be the most helpful thing. Is it like to commiserate? Is it to be like, I don't know.
There's nothing to say, Nigel.
But you got to be there.
Sometimes it's better to say nothing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, how can you console a person that just, he got to wait till he's 55?
Well, that's why I really wanted to talk to him about it and just be upfront. Like, what are you going to need from us? Okay, what if you get the worst news? What do you need from your friends and colleagues?
I guess just continue like a regular day. It's nice that people care, right? But I think continuing like a regular day helps me get through it. Kind of like why I don't celebrate birthdays. It's just a regular day. Just get through it.
So you don't want people to be overly emotional?
No, it's just like, now if I make it, you can be happy all you want.
Okay. You said you wrote a song. Are you prepared to sing it for us?
It's, I'll try.
Okay.
If you want to check it out.
I really want to, regardless of the news I really want to hear you perform that.
Oh, after?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Well, so when will you find out what the answer is?
I'll find out on that Wednesday.
Right then and there, they'll say it at the end of the hearing?
Yeah, from my understanding is they say yes or no. We're going to resentence you.
But how many people are there talking? Like, how many people are making the decision?
It'll be the judge.
Oh, it's one person. Oh, so they don't have to confer with anybody.
This resentencing, from my understanding, is all on the judge.
It's not like when you go to board and there's like a group of people that have to come to a consensus.
Right.
No, it's not like
Got
that.
it.
Yep.
Where does it all happen for you? I know you're on video, so...
Yeah. They have a video conference room, and it's a room like maybe a fourth of this size, and it's just a computer and a little headphone mic.
And who will be with you?
It would just be me. I'll be in the room alone. The officer will sit outside the door, and I'm going to sit there and pray, meditate, and just wait. Just sit in the chair, put the headphones on, and look at the camera, and they have a blank screen.
Yeah.
And then just pray, and then when they jump on, hey, Mr. Wynn, are you here? Just keep praying. God, I know I messed up, man. I know I asked you a lot for shit. Just let me get this break right now. Let me get a chance to go home, be with my family, be with my girl, and get to live a second life. Amen.
This one's a cliffhanger, Nige.
It sure is. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Currently, we are at the Inglewood Courthouse in Inglewood, California, and we're about to walk in and see if one of our colleagues, Tom, is resentenced today. So we got to turn our mics off right now, and we can turn it back on in the court. So we'll let you know what happened when we get back.
So, Erlon, on the day of Tom's hearing, you actually went to the courthouse down in Southern California.
Yep, me and my producer, Kat, got there at like 8 in the morning.
And I stayed behind at San Quentin to be with Tom and Tony.
Right.
I don't know about you, but from where we were, there was a lot of confusion. And the main problem was that a week before this, Tom had received a notice saying that the hearing was going to take place at a different court than originally scheduled.
That's right.
All right. It is 7:40 in the morning, and I am still eating my cereal.
Yep, you were late, man. I was waiting for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Updates.
The judge, after being on my resentencing for an entire year, decided to recuse himself. And so all of a sudden I got reassigned to a whole nother courthouse in LA, in Inglewood Court. I got the hearing notice right here, and it's supposed to be this morning. But this is the problem. I haven't received a single docket saying that I have a court hearing this morning. So I'm afraid that for whatever reason, they'll try to say that we need to delay it.
You know, switching courts is a big deal. Like, one, you know, you get a new judge. They might not be familiar with the case. Two, anytime there's a change, you know, the wires can get crossed. Like, small shit can start turning into big shit. Like, say, for instance, in Tom's case, CDCR needed to get a new video link to Tom them so they can join virtually.
Right, and that was something Tom was really worried about.
I find it funny that the court is able to mail you from torrents
In one day.
in one day. Yet for some reason, CDCR cannot find an email Zoom link in over a week.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, well. I'm a little anxious. However, strangely, today I feel less anxious than I've been. Maybe because I prayed the serenity prayer. I thought, like, I just can't control this. There's nothing I can do. I can't do anything. All I can do is sit and wait. And then let's say by 10 o'clock, if nothing happens, I'll call my girl, see if she can talk to the lawyer. Because they're all at the courthouse right now. They're already there.
How are you feeling? Okay. Nervous. Praying this goes well. And that he gets to come home. Yeah.
My producer, Kat, checked in with Star as we all waited to go inside the courtroom.
I was driving on my way over here to LA from Fresno, and Tom called, and he was singing over the phone. Yeah. And he said it was helping him to kind of calm down a little bit. He was practicing a new song just about him coping with everything that's going on right now. The first line is, "Sometimes I feel like I'm going to lose my shit." And then after that, he sang a couple of Marvin Gaye songs for me.
We are in the courtroom in the gallery. Dom family is in the middle because you have 3 different sections there in the middle. And we are to the right of them, sitting behind where the jury sits. And we're looking at the judge's bench. And we're about to sit here for a long ass time and hear 4 other people cases. And then Tom case will come up. And Tom should appear on that TV up there, hopefully.
It's so fascinating, Erlon, to hear what was happening on your end, because back at San Quentin, we had no idea what was going on. We saw Tom like briefly in the morning before he went to that video call, but after that, it was nothing. So Tony and me were just like sitting there in the media lab trying to prepare each other for how we were going to react to whatever the news was going to be. So it's 8 o'clock. Oh, now it's a little bit past 8. Who do you think, not Tom, but who do you think is harder for us waiting in here or those people waiting outside at the courtroom?
Oh, us. They have more information than we do.
Yeah.
They know if he's supposed to be on the docket.
Oh, yeah,
he's
right.
there. They know what's going on. They can see his attorney.
So really in the dark. So let's just imagine he gets the worst news. Do you think it's better when someone gets bad news? Is it better to be very definitive and strong and say, okay, this is a setback, but don't give up? Or to really show your heart and be like, I'm sorry, this just is horrible. I don't really know what to say. What's more helpful for somebody?
I think just being there. I don't know if people want to be told things are going to be good, right?
Yeah.
So I think just like letting him know he's supported. This is it's so difficult. We're like trying to figure out what to do if he gets bad news.
Even after talking to Tom about this, I've still been thinking about how to react, because if Tom were a friend on the outside, I would give him, like a big hug, a supportive hug. But in prison, you can't do that because a hug comes with
all kinds of other shit.
All kinds of stuff, like overfamiliarity, which could get us both in trouble.
Right.
Yeah, no hugs. That I know. Probably don't cry. But yeah, it doesn't mean it, it doesn't break your heart.
I know. You should be able to like have a human moment.
Yeah. Okay, I guess now it's just waiting.
It's 8:27 a.m.
And Tom's been gone for 27 minutes.
So currently it is 9:50. Tom's case supposed to start, I think, at 9:30. I assume we're waiting on Tom's attorney, and the judge just went on recess, but maybe they're waiting on certain people to pop up. Some lawyers just came in, so maybe that's the reason. I've never really seen them go to recess that quick.
All right, so it's like 10:50. We've been sitting here since 8 o'clock.
Yes.
It's almost 3 hours. I know you just tried to get us an update. What's going on?
Yeah, so I ran over to where Tom's at right now, and I checked to see if he went into the courthouse. He has not gone into the video court portion of the area. He's sitting there. He made a phone call.
Who did he talk to? Do you know?
I think he spoke to my girl.
His girl? Yeah, my girl.
My girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that the attorney showed up late, and I guess court didn't start on time, and they were going in, and that was the last he's heard. So, another update, when I was coming out, the two officers that run the video court were leaving. They got in their van and drove away from the video court area.
So that means he won't even be able to get on the video?
Not unless they drive back in. There's definitely a lack of communication going on.
Yes, clearly.
So that's the update as of right now.
Okay, thank
11
you.
11 a.m.
For some reason, this is making me hungry.
You always hungry at that time.
It was so hard to just sit there, Earlonne. I mean, and not know anything clearly. We were also getting bored.
I mean, it was for us in the courtroom, too, because, we looking at y'all don't know nothing. We looking at the docket list. We know it's this many people prior to him, you know what I'm saying?
It's stressful, too. Totally.
And then, finally, the judge turned to Tom's case.
Caller number 5 on the court's calendar, that's a matter of Tam Nguyen, case number YA470563.
Good morning, Your Honor. Lance Filer from the IDCO Post-Conviction Panel. Proud to be here on behalf of Mr. Tam Stephen Nguyen, who is not present before the court, Your Honor, who is currently in state custody in San Quentin. Along with Tam for support, Your Honor, are media from a podcast from San Quentin named Ear Hustle, who is graciously here today to document today's proceedings, along with Tam's mother, several of Tam's sisters, nieces, nephews, family members, support groups from prison.
Why do you think the attorney told the judge Ear Hustle was there?
I think he was basically trying to show the judge the support that Tom has, all these family members, his colleagues.
Okay.
But, I wasn't really paying attention to all that because my eyes were fixed on this TV screen on the wall in the courtroom. I was trying to see, was Tom's face going to show up?
Yeah.
And it didn't.
I
knew.
Not a good sign.
No.
All right, so the matter is set on calendar May 29, 2025. This department at 8:30 a.m. Anything else on this matter?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, court is in recess.
Do you understand what just happened?
Yes, what just happened is isn't on the screen. You can't technically have the hearing without him on the screen. So May 29th, 8:30 in the morning, this will continue. So we're hoping that all is well and they go down on the 29th of May.
The judge was saying Tom's hearing would be delayed for another 2 months, which, Earlonne, honestly, I thought we had considered all the possible outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
This postponement was not one of them.
Right. I think the main issue was that there was a new judge who didn't know nothing about the case in front of him. San Quentin supposedly didn't have the video link so Tom could be there.
Hey.
So, that all adds up to a cold postponement.
Yeah, I mean, and now it's more limbo, and I think that's probably one of the worst places to be.
So how are you feeling?
I don't know if I've really let myself feel everything so far. Disappointed that we have more delays. I haven't talked to Tom yet. I know he's going to be very disappointed.
This again is Star, Dom's girl.
This is going to be a hard blow today. It's going to be upsetting. And I don't want to mitigate anything with what he did. And whenever I start feeling bad for Tom and what he's going through in prison and everything, his first thing that he says to me is, well, I shouldn't have put myself here and shot somebody. Right. So he takes that responsibility.
So listening to everything that happened today, does that change things up for you and Tom in any way?
For him and I, no. I mean, we're just going to keep going and try the next thing.
And I know y'all meditate a lot. Will y'all be meditating today?
We will be meditating. He started off the day by telling me what he's grateful for. And it's actually part of that new song that he wrote this past month, like processing what's going on. The chorus is, I try to be grateful.
Is there something that you can say to him that he won't be privy to till this episode come out?
I guess I would just say that I love you and I'm so grateful for you. Yeah.
Okay. It's 11:30. Tom just came back. I heard a heavy sigh.
Yeah, I'm tired. They pushed me to May 29th, and it took them 3 hours to do that for some reason. It's just a little bit of a punch. I was like, damn, it's been over a year now.
Yeah.
I felt like the wind taken out of me. I go, damn, I was like banking on this, right? I was going to try, just like go to Disneyland, eat a steak.
Get your churro.
Yeah, get my churro, get my girl the Minnie Mouse ears. Yeah, so.
Damn.
I just have to wait.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of like. I know.
Sorry, yeah. Of course, everyone wishes we could change what happened.
Yeah. However, you know what? I try to take a guy's life. You know what? I don't have nothing coming. I wish I had it, but Yeah. And then I'm trying not to I try to be grateful because you know what? I'm fortunate. I appreciate you guys showing up. It means a lot to me. Even though it's just, I'm telling you, I haven't had a life where people support me a lot.
I'm glad you feel that way because I was worried it would actually be more pressure to feel like, oh, there's people waiting. Now I've got to tell them again what happened, and I'm dealing with my own feelings around it. So I'm glad you didn't feel like it was extra pressure.
No, it means a lot to me. I'm telling you, I don't have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
My girl thought it was sweet too.
I wish we were talking about something different. You came back and we were like...
I know. I was really hoping that'd be a cool end of the story. Huh?
Yes.
It happened.
Yes.
Now it's just we gotta wait.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about doing your song?
I'll do it.
Are you sure?
Yep.
All right. Let's do it.
Let's do this. Okay, we good? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Some days it feels like I'm gonna lose my shit, like I'm losing all my fight. People, they only see the confidence. Oh, I'm faking half the time. Some days it feels like I'm gonna lose my shit. Everything I do goes wrong. These voices in my head tell me to quit. Can't fail if I don't carry on. Try to be grateful for all the breaks I've never earned. Oh, try to be grateful for all the love I don't deserve. Oh, I'm a work in progress, still trying to sort things out. I will get there in my own time. Let me scream and shout. Everyone has their opinion, how I should behave. Oh, I will get there in my own time. Let me do my thing. Let me do my thing. Some days it feels like I'm gonna lose my shit.
On May 29th, Tom had another court hearing.
This time, the link worked. Tom was able to appear in court via video from San Quentin.
But there was a scheduling conflict in the office of the district attorney, so Tom's hearing was postponed yet again.
The next hearing is scheduled for July 8th.
Some days it feels like I'm gonna lose my shit, like I'm holding on too tight. Keeping so busy I can't get no rest. If I slow down I'll lose my mind. Try to be grateful for all the breaks I've never earned. Oh, try to be grateful for all the love I don't deserve. Oh, I'm a work in progress, still trying to sort things out. I will get there in my own time. Let me scream and shout. Everyone has their opinion, how I should behave. Oh, I will get there in my own time. Let me do my thing. Let me do my thing.
Well, Earlonne, is it time to say happy summer?
Happy summer. Yes, it is time to say happy summer. It's time to bend a corner for a few weeks.
Just a few weeks, because Pretty soon after those few weeks, we are going to be starting our live summer tour.
Yes, we are.
A lot of driving.
Yeah.
Where are we going to be driving?
Nashville, then we're going to drive from there to one of the other states. Could be Atlanta, could be
could be
St. Paul,
Chicago,
Minnesota.
could be Pittsburgh. But basically, we are going through the Midwest and South.
And we driving to each one, so that should be
very
fun.
Exciting. And if you want to get tickets and see us live, please go to our website where you can get more information about the dates and the actual cities we're going to be at. We really look forward to seeing you there.
And that's earhustlesq.com/tour.
And then in the fall, we're getting excited to share something we've been working on for a long time now, a couple of years.
We've been working on stories about young people that's locked up in New York City.
Yep, and we can't wait to share these episodes with you. So have a good summer. We'll see you in the fall.
Have a great summer. Yes.
Let's eat a lot on this tour.
No.
I can't wait.
No, we're only eating quiche and kale. Quiche and kale on this tour.
Barbecue.
Hi, I'm Star, and I'm Thumbs Girl. Ear Hustle is produced by Nigel Poor, Erlon Woods, Amy Standen, Bruce Wallace, Rasan New York Thomas, and Kat Shuknit. Shubnam Digman is the managing producer. The team inside San Quentin includes Darrell Sadiq Davis and Tom Nguyen. The inside managing producer is Tony Tafoya. Thanks also to Odisteo San Pablo. Thanks to Warden Andes at San Quentin and Acting Warden Parker and Lieutenant Newborg at the California Institution for Women, as well as Warden De La Cruz and Lieutenant Williams at the Central California Women's Facility for their support of the show. Thanks also to this woman here.
I am Lieutenant Giamari Berry, the Public Information Officer here at San Quentin Rehabilitation Center, and I approve this episode.
This episode was made possible by the Just Trust, building a smaller and more humane engine of justice and safety across the country.
Erlon Woods and Bruce Wallace sound designed the show, with help from Darrell Sadiq Davis. Fernando Arruda and Harry Colhane are our engineers.
Music for this episode comes from Antoine Williams, David Jossie, Darrell Sadiq Davis, Joshua Burton, Fernando Arruda, and me.
For more information about the episode, check out our show notes on Ear Hustle's website, earhustlesq.com.
You can find us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Blue Sky.
And if you're not already, follow and review Ear Hustle on any of your favorite podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio.
We love reading your comments.
Mm-hmm.
Ear Hustle is a proud member of Radiotopia from PRX, a network of independent, creator-owned, listener-supported podcasts.
Discover audio with vision at radiotopia.fm. I'm Nigel Poor.
I'm Erlon Woods.
Thanks for listening.
I kind of joke about it, like I'm talking to God like he's my friend. Like, hey man, you haven't given me a lot of breaks. Can you give me one right now?
What if God is like, bruh, you still living because I've given you breaks?
He goes, if he responded, first thing is I would be amazed. I'd be like, oh shit, got it. And then after that, I'd be like, you're right. However, I'm greedy.
However, you gonna however
yes,
God?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Radiotopia.